So we're at Dunsfold Aerodrome on an extremely cold February afternoon, shooting one of the many climaxes of The Wrong Man's. This is the transition between episode 5 and 6, where Matt and James are being chased by MI5, although they have no idea why. Think that they've lost them in the woods and end up on a dual carriageway, only to find their path cut off by a MI5 helicopter and a convoy of MI5 vehicles coming up from behind them, which will result in a dramatic shootout. All the guns that will be firing blanks, we're guaranteed of that. The helicopter is obviously manned by a proper helicopter pilot, and all the driving stunts are overseen by our stunt coordinator.
James had to reverse the car, and he was meant to do it quite slowly in a full circle, full lock, and he just basically floored it. That's it, we got it in one take. He did one forwards, one back, and it was spot on. We have a stunt driver here just in case, but we might not need to use him now.
I think I've got a little bit to do later on, unless he decides to take that job as well.
Yeah, James generally does most of the driving himself. We have to have two different cars, one being a stunt driver car and one being one that James can drive, and also James only drives automatic, so we have a manual drive for the stunt driver, which is easier to throw into violent handbrake turns, and automatic for James to drive. So we've got a helicopter behind us there. That's going to be the main vehicle, for want of a better word, that actually stops Matt and James on the dual carriageway. Although when they see that in front of them in their rear view mirror, they realise that an MI5 convoy is behind them, and then the helicopter will swing across the dual carriageway with an armed MI5 officer inside, which will obviously bring their car to a halt.
We have you surrounded! Don't do anything stupid, you've no options here!
Behind me is their smashed up car, which has just been smashed up by some of the crew who have been freezing their nuts off all day, and have just taken out all their anger on that poor car.
There's a lot of stunts all happening at the same time. Obviously there's a convoy of cars, there's Matt and James' car, which you'll see hopefully later on ends up in a massive handbrake turn spin with smoke coming out of it. So we've got effects, stunt drivers, and of course helicopter pilots.